The Florida Podcast Network, the voice of Florida.
This is episode 10B of the Finding Florida podcast on the Florida Podcast Network, Geek versus Gamer in the Southeast.
We hope you're ready for an adventure.
Welcome to Finding Florida, the podcast that takes you from country to the coast. Join your tour guides, an unlikely pair, city girl Jemmy and country boy Glenn, as they explore the amazing sights and sounds of the Sunshine State.
Last month, we visited our state's capital of Tallahassee. If you missed it, go back and take a listen to episodes 9A, B, and C.
Hey, and we're getting a lot of good feedback on those episodes. People really like the Tallahassee one.
I know. And what was really special is we got so much good feedback from the people we visited. I mean, everyone's always so happy that we come, which is amazing, lovely. But this, it seemed like gosh, what a wonderful group of guests. They were so sweet in their responses and their shares and everything. And all our listeners too, for sure.
Yeah, so if you listen and you haven't heard it, apparently it was a good one. Go back and listen to Tallahassee.
We didn't screw that episode up.
We didn't break anything, actually.
Oh, man. So Tallahassee was wonderful. But one of the other things that Florida is known for is games and gaming. So this month, well, Glenn and I do a competition episode where we go to Xtreme Action Park, which is a place, an old warehouse, huge building full of all kinds of crazy stuff that we can get into. We head to 10th Level Tavern, which I've been dying to get on the show since day one. I visited about a year ago with some friends. It's literally a bar with video games. It's amazing.
And we're going to be doing all kinds of games, from Skeeball to board games to card games to pinball. I mean, we're also going to be doing our first ever together
escape room.
That's right. We're going to try and get out successfully of the escape room before we die.
Will we beat the clock? Will we not? What will happen?
And I've never done this. I'm so excited to do an escape room. I've never done it before.
You've never done an escape room. I almost forgot about that. That's right.
We have go-karts coming up.
So yeah, we're going to have a good time. You know what I'm really excited about? I wonder at 10th Level Tavern, because the guy seems really, really cool and excited. I mean, he was like the first person to respond back to us. I wonder if maybe we can convince him to let us do some sort of like head-to-head, like actual competition game. What game would you want to do if he says he's cool with it? He can set something up.
It has to be one of the classics, right? Like Miss Pac-Man.
Something like Mario Brothers. Something that we can
Mario or Tetris or
we'll leave
Space
it to the
Invaders.
We'll leave it to Joey to figure it out what he's going to have us do. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I know also JoJo, my son, is going to be joining us when we go to, I almost said when we go to 10th Level Tavern. He is not going to the video game bar. No. He's going to be joining us at the Silver Ball Pinball Museum, which is in Del Rey, and I'm so stoked. He's been there with his dad before, but I've never been, and I just have seen pictures and heard awesome reviews. So it's a whole huge building full of these pinball machines. So we can't wait to get into it. It's going to be such a good time.
Geek versus gamer. I'd be the geek, she'd be the gamer, and we'll see who comes out on top because we're going to be keeping score. And don't forget that the pictures and videos of all of our escapades for this episode are found in our show notes at findingfloridapodcast.com and on our social media. It's Friday at 10 a.m. and this adventure is about to begin with one stop and tons of things to do.
Xtreme Action Park, the newest and largest indoor entertainment venue in South Florida.
Well, we are in my backyard, and it took a very common and familiar stretch of road for me to get here, I-95. I used to drive this every day to go to high school, and this was not here back then. This was warehouses and stuff. We're so interested. Xtreme Action Park, how did this place get started, Nate?
So you probably drove by what was indoor karting, and you just didn't know it wasn't here. So we tried to build on something that was already here. It was a go-karting track. They had go-karting, mini golf, and what I call a tiki bar. So new ownership came in and said, what do we do to take this place from it's nice to come into kind of the good to great concept? So we put air conditioning in. Imagine that here in South Florida not having air conditioning. But
it was not back then? Oh, my God.
It was not. So, again, that's kind of what people like. There used to be this like really cool go-karting track. I went there now and then you guys were probably sweating out there racing. But we're like, okay, well, let's bring people in for the food. Let's bring people in for the arcades, and let's put air conditioning in. And that's why now people are like, oh, cool, I can actually get out of the sun and in the AC.
You didn't go from good to great. You went from good to extreme.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is extreme. Everything about it's extreme. It's like 200,000 square feet, right?
It is. Over 200,000 square feet, the largest indoor family entertainment center in Florida.
And it's inch to inch full of fun, but also floor to ceiling. What's on the ceiling that's really cool in this place? It's over the arcade, and I think that's amazing.
We have an indoor obstacle course. Some people call it, the Ninja Challenge or a ropes course or a high adventures course. Whatever term you're using, it's, over 25 elements.
It's
climbing.
long.
It is. That is, some people, we kind of have a...
Do you have a half course for me? Because I can't do the whole thing.
He needs an evacuation ladder about halfway through.
There's you could do the baby courses walking up
Perfect.
the stairs. And I've actually had my kids do that. They walk up the stairs and then they look out and they're like, I'm 16 feet in the air, and then they go back down.
I'm not doing this.
So that's the baby course. Maybe the moderate course is you do 3-4 elements, and then the adrenaline seeking course is you do all 25 plus elements. And the great thing about here is you have one price. So we have people that are stay up there for an hour. I don't know
as long as you want.
I don't know how they do it, but
I don't know how they do it.
They just go. And we have other people that go up there and they're like 15 minutes. Like, I've had enough. I can't feel my arms.
My feet have fallen asleep.
Exactly. And then they come back down.
And underneath the obstacle course, you guys have versions of some classic video games, but I've never seen these versions before. So I'm a huge air hockey fan. And that was a 4-person air hockey table I saw there. I'm a huge Pac-Man fan. That was a 4-person Pac-Man. I mean, what is going on here? The biggest toy grab machine I've ever seen. Literally, this is the most extreme arcade I've ever seen in my entire life. Where do you guys come up with this stuff?
I watch YouTube videos. I watch what's trending. People, so you have a lot of YouTubers out there, like they go to all the different arcades around and say, imagine this one. And I watch people's reaction, and, it's data proven. It's also very emotional, and I watch how people react on video to it. And then I'm like, I like that. So believe it or not, so you mentioned our big one. It's called the Extreme Big One, and we didn't even have to rename it. It was actually there. And I had actually some of the investors watch YouTube videos of people pulling out 24-inch plush,
it's one of those claw grab games, but it's like 20 feet high.
You could fit 50 of me in there.
That's right. You could play and grab Jemmy.
When we fill it up, people actually say that, like, is that a prize? I'm like, no, that's my employee.
What is your favorite thing here? If you were just like, I know you work here, you're here all the time, but if there's one thing that you love so much.
His favorite thing is leaving at the end of the day and hearing how quiet it is.
The escape room, because it's your place to be. You get some privacy.
Because I have been here for over 3 years, like literally building it from the fiber backbone to watching YouTubes on the big one and the big cranes. So I would say a couple things. I know you asked for one, so I'm going to break the rules here and say two. I really like watching people win a squishy hamburger out of one of the claws. But you never imagine, it's like you kind of walk and you see this kid jumping like 6 feet in the air, and you look like, what just happened? You thought that maybe they got poked by somebody, and no, they just won a
giant hamburger,
a box of nerds, or
their entire day.
They won a like a Smartie, and it's so awesome to see the kids just glow. They're like, I got that thing. And then here's the adult version is, by the end of the day, yes, I like going over to our bar. And we have an extreme ale that's ours. It's brewed by Biscayne Brewery.
We're tasting it.
And I go over and I drink and I pour. I have it. Hey, can you grab me an extreme ale? And I drink that. I'm like, yes. It's it's been a tough day.
It's a good day now.
Day, and I really enjoy that at the end of the day when it gets quiet. Enjoying that.
You do a lot of corporate functions here too, don't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, this place is set up for it. It's just great. You can. I mean, I heard that you did one with 900 in the skating rink area. That's a lot of people in one spot.
It is. So I think that's what we try to build was. I just touched on, hey, how do we take from go-karting to air-conditioned arcading and ropes course? But we also built one of the newest roller rinks. I mean, in the last 2 decades. So there's roller rinks out there, and I grew up on them too. But let's build a roller rink that's actually got like high-tech DJ booth and high-tech lights. And it's not only the roller rink; we call it the arena because we just don't call it like extreme skating. Because you'll see corporate galas in there, you'll see fundraising, you'll see, we have an up-and-comers, 40 under 40 type award banquet here where it transforms into what you want it to transform into. We've had, several concerts. sit down, unique or intimate, like I call it the VH1, like you're listening, what do they call that old?
Gosh. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what that was called.
It was called storytelling or something.
Yeah.
But like you had this, we had this one artist that sat up and he grabbed his guitar and
Remember
he was
Harry
telling
Connick Jr. did it. It was great.
And it was, what's that?
Unplugged.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So,
yes.
To jumping up and down on the floor with 1,000 patrons in here listening to music. So we've had the intimate, unplugged to the booming, concerts that run till 2 or 3 in the morning.
And as we discovered today, you also get camp kids. From what I heard, you get $500,000 a year, and there are about 250,000 here today.
It feels like it. It does. I would say when you have 900 children running simultaneously throughout the facility somewhere, you can hear it and you can feel it, and you can feel it literally on your feet sometimes, and that's why we got a lot of employees cleaning up. As we know when they're coming in. I always tell people it depends on where you're at. You could have 2,000 people in here and not feel it, but you could have 500 people in here and you can feel it. And with the camps, we love them, but you can hear them and they're excited. And,
they bring their own kind of energy, don't they?
They do.
And the mom of a 6-year-old.
Yes. The great thing about that is we do it on purpose. You brought up the corporate parties we have here. A lot of our camps come in. The wonderful thing about them is a lot of them bus up at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then they're tired and tuckered out by 2 p.m. So we have this very purposeful built 10 to 2 concept.
I'll give you credit too. It's a marketing genius because those kids go home and all they do is talk about Xtreme Action Park to parents. So that's a pretty good little marketing trick too. Right.
Yeah, and I know I touched on it, but there's an escape room here. There's bowling here. So there's just... I'm actually trying to rack my brain, think if there's anything that's not here. I can't think of anything that's not here. Everything's here. It's pretty awesome. What's the website?
The website is extremeactionpark.com.
No E.
With an X. Yeah, Xtreme. Extremeactionpark.com. Yes.
And you can find them on social media and all the usual spots. We'll put links in our show notes. And you're going to hear a lot more of our adventures here today because we're having a competition. And you're going to be seeing who wins all these competitions.
It's going to be me. Me.
What's the wager?
We have
respect.
Who's
respect,
buying?
Yeah.
Because I so far give him none.
Endless humiliation. Yeah, that's probably about what it is.
Thanks a lot, Nate. It's been a pleasure.
Welcome to Geek versus Gamer. In the right corner, we have a real geek. He started playing Pong on his Texas Instruments 80 in the Stone Ages. We have Glenn the Geek. In the left corner, we have Gamer Extraordinaire. She was born with a game controller in her hand, folks. It's Jemmy, the Gamer Legagneur. Let the competitions begin.
And here's Glenn's highlight. And what extreme thing are we about to go to?
Next, we are doing the XD Dark Ride 7D Theater.
And guess what? There are different themes for this thing. It's 7D, different themes. Guess which theme we have to do, Glenn?
What are we doing?
We're doing the zombie
Of course we are. She loves zombies. I hate zombies.
I am so excited to kill zombies. I've only ever done it on a
killing
small
zombies,
screen.
though. This is rigged.
I'm used to my little Evil Dead on PlayStation 2, so this is going to be a different, altogether thing. I'm so excited.
Yeah, this is going to be a little different than your PlayStation.
I think you get virtual reality glasses.
Yeah, this is the first of its kind, actually, in South Florida. It's 8-player 7D theater.
You ever see one of those shows with the super fancy mansions and you go inside and they all have their private theater? That's kind of what this looks like.
It does.
It's set up like a private movie theater.
With these big seats.
Cushy gaming chairs.
Get this.
God,
there are, on these seats, there are over 400 movements per second.
So another thing, it's like those seats that move in the movie theater. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. It's like a roller coaster ride. It's VR. It's zombie shooting.
And it feels like you're soaring through the air. You're plummeting out of the sky. You wear 3D glasses.
Wait a
you have a
minute.
laser shooting
Are my
device.
going to come into play here? Because
I don't know. You're going to get.
We didn't talk about this.
There's a ropes course here in case you've recovered from the last one.
I know, that's true. We did see that. It's pretty awesome. And the ropes course here has ladders and tires and all kinds of cool things. And it goes all over the arcade area. It's awesome.
Now, we are going to be competing. This is a competition game, so we're going to be competing. Now, I got to think that you've rigged it because you're really good at shooting zombies.
No, no. We don't need our audience thinking I cheat. Anything you hear, the results are clean, and I will beat your butt.
Well, let's find out in a few minutes.
All right, here we go. This is amazing!
Lightning storm!
We just drove off the road. Car accident. We hit another car. I think think he's a zombie already.
Oh, I don't know.
They're killing them one by one. And spiders! Big spiders! Since when are there big spiders? We're crowded. I think we're dead.
Oh, I think we died. 33,300.
First! I don't think so.
33,300.
No way.
27,000 for Jemmy.
No way.
Glenn wins.
No way. No way. I contest it. I contest it.
After round 1, Glenn the Geek kills way more zombies than Jemmy, scoring 33,300 versus Jemmy's pathetic 27,000 to take the early lead 1-0.
Well, next up, at Xtreme Action Park, we are heading to the Bazooka Blast glow-in-the-dark arena. Arena. For the innovative glow-in-the-dark game. This is not laser tag. Tag. This, we get to shoot 2-inch foam balls at each other.
I get to point a gun at you and pull the trigger.
Yes, you've been waiting all your life to do this.
All my life.
This is her dream come true. Get to shoot me with foam balls.
No, I am a little disappointed that I didn't get to bring my metal balls to put in there and
Yeah,
replace them. It's like, I have to use
yeah.
foam? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not giving you a BB gun. So now, the other thing that's kind of bad about this, for me, is this continues our competition. We will be
Yes.
challenging each other at this game.
Yes.
We'll be on opposite teams.
Yes.
But
No whining. Here,
It's
this
dark.
is where he whines. This is where he whines.
it's dark, glow in the dark. Jemmy is wearing a deep, dark red shirt that nobody will see in glow in the dark. I am
where he
wearing
whines.
a bright yellow shirt.
And whose fault is that?
And I will be glowing
Whose
throughout the arena.
Whose fault? Who insists on only ordering himself
I
bright
could
yellow
take my
shirts?
shirt off and go topless.
Okay, it'd still be about the same problem.
Yeah, that's true.
You're
Pretty
pale.
white. Yeah, that's true.
It'd probably be worse.
That's the other problem is you are camouflaged in
That's
there
right.
all over. Dark red, dark everything.
I have an advantage.
You do.
And I like it.
It's a definite advantage for this game.
I
So,
have gray hair that I don't have.
oh, that's true too. I am so going to stand out in my bright white socks. That's the other thing.
Oh my God, my cheeks hurt from laughing. This is going to be so... Yeah, his bright white socks. By the way, guys, they're pulled up like halfway to his knees.
Yep, that's right. Like
That's
old
how
people.
Glenn rolls.
That's right. That's correct. Bazookas are next in our challenge day. Challenge. Okay, we just got done with the Bazooka Blast, and we switched it up a little bit in the Bazooka Blast because there were 5 of us. There was 3 kids from one family, and Jemmy and I, who don't look like a family.
I look like I could have been their mom.
Yeah, you could have been their mom. And they were a little kid, and
so
we
cute.
knew we were doomed.
Yeah.
That was it. I mean, they were little kids. They hide behind a wall.
So we looked at each other and said, we're teaming up for this one. We're beating these kids. And
We
it was so
did.
fun. We did.
We're so
we
proud of beating
smoked
children.
them. We smoked them. The final score was 6-11 us. We won orange team.
So we each get a point
yay.
for that.
Yeah, so we each get a point for that. We're ranking them up in both columns. But it was exhausting. That thing is a workout.
Yeah, this is different. They use air guns, and they have 2-inch balls, like
Yeah.
little tiny tennis balls almost, only foam.
Which is honestly a little more satisfying when I shoot you.
Yes, it was. And I knew you were trying to shoot me a couple times.
Totally was.
So you stuff them in the end of the gun, and they shoot about 20
they're
feet. And they wear the vests, and they have the little sensors so you can tell when they hit.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And so
It was different than laser. It's different than anything I've played
Yeah,
before.
so with laser tag, things that I've seen before, they have really big, the whole entire space, you're going up ramps. This was different because there are these little barricades. It almost feels like you're in training camp.
Yep.
You got to squatch down,
That's right.
look around the corner,
Yeah.
look around, look out for the bad guy, pop yourself up, no, pop yourself back
And then
down.
you had to pick up your ammunition from the ground.
Yes,
It was a whole
so,
the
I mean, it
ground.
was a whole-
So
it
this
was-
old guy didn't do so well in that department.
God.
I stuffed my pockets
And my
full.
thighs are yelling at me right now, but it was so much fun.
Bazooka Blast.
Glenn tried to take some home for souvenirs.
I did. They caught me, so I got in trouble there. But, you know,
Leave your balls behind.
It was fun. You got to do it when you come here.
Bazooka Blast. Amazing.
1 point each.
In our columns. That's right.
After round 2 at Bazooka Blast, Jemmy and Glenn award themselves each a point for beating children at a game. Glenn holds the lead at 2-1.
We're still at Xtreme Action Park, but we are going to be doing something that is the classic game of all classic games, Skeeball.
Skeeball.
I mean, it's related to bowling. It's related to shuffleboard. It is similar to everything. And it's one of those games you see everywhere, and they have it right here.
Every fair, forever.
Yes, and I've always wanted to kick your butt at it. I've always imagined I can do it. I can do it.
Well, you're shorter. You're closer to the lane.
This is true. However, you have longer arms, so your release is a lot farther. So we're going to see which is the advantage. But Skeeball, it was originally invented for use. I'm going to actually see if you can possibly guess this, Glenn. This is something I saw when we were looking this up. How long were the ramps in Skeeball when it was first made?
I'm going to guess they were longer, so like 50 feet.
Okay. Way overshot the target, but it was about 32 to 36 feet.
Oh, much longer then.
Yeah, and so when I say Skeeball is one of the original games, it's 110 years old. This sport has been around forever, and it's actually the actual gaming brand of Skeeball has transferred some interesting ownership. It has been owned by the Wurlitzer, the jukebox maker.
Oh, really? Wurlitzer owned it first?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. And it was also owned by the Philadelphia Toboggan Company. So it has changed hands. A very
it's
interesting.
made of wood.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, anyways, we're about to go hit up some Skeeball, and we're going to see which has the advantage: short legs or long arms. Let's find out.
And here goes Jemmy in her first balls, and she winds up. What a wind! Oh, she got a
50 on my first roll. Yeah, baby, beat that.
Oh my God, she got a 50. Here we go.
All right,
let's see.
Glenn's got his first.
I have to bend over to
He's
reach
ready.
the thing.
Oh,
you realize.
excuses. Come on,
Yeah,
rev it up. Here we go.
Oh,
Wah,
20. 20 on my first one. She got a 50. All right, second ball for Jemmy as she winds up. Oh, and she goes all the way to the top with too much power and ends up with a 10. So you're at 60. I am at 20, but I'm going to catch up right here.
We'll see what happens. Let's go. Is she going to shoot it? He's going to shoot it, and he's going to get 10 himself. He was a little over-aggressive and over-eager and fell flat on his face.
And Jemmy's up with ball number 3. Here she goes. And it is in, and it's a 40. She's at 100. Holy.
It's a 40. You can kiss it. I got a 40. All right, you're up next, Glenn. Here he revs up. He swings. He scores. 10 again.
Off the 40. I bounced off as a rim shot. That was a rim shot. All right, so it's 100 to 40 with Jemmy in a way lead here.
Ball number 4, guys.
Here we go. And it's a roll, and it's a, rim shot off a 50.
It skirted the 40 and then skirted the 50 and then plunked into the 10. Wah, wah.
All right, 110 to 40. I got some catching up to do.
Ball number 4, guys.
Yeah, there is 100 in the corner. I'm shooting for that.
Yeah, not going to make it. And releases, and it's another 10.
So far, I'm on a roll. I have all 10s. I am consistent.
So far, Team Short Legs is winning.
Yes. Yes, she is. And here's her next roll coming up. And it's roll number 5. Oh, and another
got a 50.
My God, you haven't been this good all weekend.
Forever.
Jeez. It's 160 to 50.
All right, ball number 5 for Glenn. Another 10. Come on, Glenn, this is going to get super boring for everybody.
I know. I keep shooting for the 100, and it's in the corner, and it's about the size of the ball.
But even if you make 100, you can't catch up with
And here she goes. Her next ball's up. Ball number 6. Oh,
I got it.
I'm rubbing off on you.
I know. I need to keep my distance from you. Go away, bad luck. He's launching ball
All right,
number...
only 2 more balls each.
Ball number 6.
2 more balls. I'm going to catch up here.
No, you're not.
I got a 20.
Guys, he doubled it from last time. He doubled his round.
I got an 80. Wow.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. 170 to 80. I got to get 100.
Something tells me I might be winning this one.
Yeah, I think you might. I think this is...
Short legs.
Team Long Arms isn't doing so good.
Oh, so close. I almost got the 50, but I got a 10. Let's see what Glenn makes up.
All right, a 180 for you.
All right, let's see, Glenn.
If I get the 100, I can tie.
Yeah, big fat if on that one. And he rolls back, and he shoots. And he almost got the 100, but he failed. With a score of 90, it's Team Long Arms. And with a score of 180 in the win, it's Team Short Legs.
Short Legs ties the competition at 2-2 with a decisive victory over Long Arms and Skeeball. Next, their head-to-head competition really heated up with a cool game of air hockey where Jemmy scored a come-from-behind victory. Jemmy took the lead 2-3.
Based out of Miami, Gamertag Radio is all about video games. Since 2005, hosts Danny Godfrey Pena, Paris Lilly, and Peter Toledo have been gathering all the latest news and coverage related to the gaming industry and delivering it straight to you. Join them for their twice-weekly award-winning podcast and check out their website, which they've grown to one of the largest and most respected gaming information sites on the net. Get the interviews, roundtable discussions, and freshest gaming coverage you crave. Danny, Paris, and Peter give you the latest news from Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo, exclusive content, developer interviews, VR coverage, and more. Download and subscribe at iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or any of your other favorite podcast players, or visit GamerTagRadio.com. Gamertag Radio, simply everything you need to know in gaming. You don't want to miss this.
All right, guys, we are at Xtreme Action Park, having just finished up two of the most delicious cheeseburgers you've ever had. But what's awesome is we like to do these random finds, and we didn't have to go very far because we have the guys behind the burgers and behind a revamp of the food here. From Los Bocados, we have Robby and Anthony here, and they're going to tell us all about Los Bocados. Anthony, how did Los Bocados get started?
I was a chef at a restaurant in Boca, and then me and Robby were working together, and we were looking for actually a spot to do some catering out of. And we came across this location inside the gas station, and it had a hood, and first thing we thought of was we could put a whole kitchen in there.
And Los Bocados was born. And you guys you're sharing with me a little bit about the unexpected success of the place, that you guys actually ended up driving traffic rather than the other way around. So tell us a little bit more about that.
So when we first got started in the business, the traffic of a gas station, they said it was around 300 people a day. So we're like, great, if we can grab a few percentage of that and then add our own people, we can get to a target number of what we had. Our goal was always to get to 150 people a day, and then we had a business. It turned out that within a few days, nobody was coming from the pumps inside, and the only people that was coming in were people that ate our food and went and told somebody.
So they didn't want the grease in the pumps; they wanted the grease on their plates.
Everybody expected this to be regular, just normal concession gas station food, rollers and hot dogs. And as soon as it started getting out a little bit, people started coming in for us and then telling their friends and neighbors, and we've become just kind of a fixture in the community.
And I assume Los Bocados is Italian, and you're serving spaghetti, correct?
With that accent, it certainly sounded like it. Tell us about the Los Bocados, the name.
All right, so Boca means mouth. Like if you live in Boca Raton, mouth of the rat.
Right? I grew up in Boca Raton. I grew up in
What's
the rat's mouth.
What's it mean? I never knew that.
Boca Raton's the rat's mouth.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Well,
there you go.
That's it.
So Boca, right. So Boca essentially means mouth. Yeah. Bocados is like a mouthful, a bite, a snack, depending on which Spanish area you're from. And then for us, it just means every bite.
So like small little bites and fill you up. Right. And right now,
and it's not Italian.
Not Italian.
And you guys are revamping the small bites here at where we are, Xtreme Action Park. Tell us about what's being planned and what's going on, and please tell us about these burgers. Oh my gosh, my mouth is watering.
They were really good. Usually when you have concession burgers at a place like this, it's concession burgers, and these were not.
Yeah, well, when we came in here, they were selling a traditional concession burger, a pre-cooked burger. One of the first changes we wanted to make was to bring in fresh. So we went to some of our purveyors that we had, and we brought in a nice blend of a fresh ground short rib, ground chuck, and ground brisket.
Yeah, it tasted like it. That's right.
Yeah, and we use some seasoning that we bring in from Schreiber, great herb company, and season them, threw them in the oven, and there you have it, a fresh product. Keep it simple.
Let me explain, guys. Listen. Listen very closely. I was eating this burger, and I was so enthralled and I was in it. I was loving every single bite. It wasn't until I ate the last bite that I realized, wait a minute, I haven't eaten a single French fry yet. I haven't stopped. It was so good. Highly, highly, highly recommended. What do you guys have planned for the future?
So our restaurant, Los Bocados, is going to come, and we're going to put a facility inside here, so a remote location of our own
So there'll
restaurant.
be Italian in here then, too.
Oh, enough with the Italian!
Yeah, Mexican-ish, man. Get it straight. Mexican-ish.
Mexican-ish?
Mexican-ish, yeah. I'm Jewish. He's Filipino-ish, so we have a Mexican-ish
You two are a
restaurant.
good combination.
Yeah, it's great. So we're going to bring a Los Bocados inside here to go along with the, traditional concession food.
Wait a minute. I'm still stuck on the Filipino and the Jew making Mexican food. I'm
This
really
is South
stuck on
Florida,
it.
man. This is what happens down here.
It works, man. It works.
Exactly.
Our kitchen is probably one of the most eclectic business environments I've ever been around. We have anywhere from Haitian, Mexican, American, Filipino, Cuban.
Are there any Mexicans that work there?
Official.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Our official salsa guy that's been with us since day one. Born and bred.
Okay, listen.
Mexican.
Think about what you just said. You have a salsa guy in a gas station.
Yeah.
I am the salsa guy, the salsa king of South Florida. Where do you work? I work at the Chevron.
we have like 3 Johnson Well graduates that work with us or have worked with us here
Really?
in the kitchen. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And we're talking, this town is hard to get noticed in because this is a restaurant town. We're in Fort Lauderdale and Boca. These are restaurant towns, high-end restaurants.
Yeah, so you guys are building a model about going into other places. Any chance you ever will have your own full-size brick and
Well,
mortar?
why would you when you have built-in clientele like this?
See, to me, it's a lot more fun to hit people from an angle that they don't see it coming.
Right.
So just to put a building there and a brick and mortar there, everybody has one of those. But you come here and all of a sudden you're getting our style food and our take on it. I don't know. I think
Well,
it's a little more fun.
We certainly didn't see you coming. We were sitting down to eat our burgers, and Nate's like, we have to introduce you to somebody special. So we're super glad that we found you guys. Thank you so much,
Well, thank
Anthony.
you, guys.
Where can
Where can
people
they
find
find
you
you?
online?
Yeah.
Are you guys online?
Yep.
Where are you?
LosBocados.com.
LosBocados.com.
LosBocados, LosBocados.com. We're on the northwest corner of Hillsborough and 441 in Parkland, right outside the BJ's, inside the Chevron's gas station.
Finest Jewish, Asian,
Filipino,
Mexican
Haitian.
food you've ever found in your life. Everything is kosher. I
And
guarantee.
wait, you guys are award-winning too, right? I want to make sure we mention that. Aren't you guys award-winning?
Not technically award-winning, but we got named by New Times Magazine as Broward County's best taco last year.
That's right. That's an award. Take it.
Yeah.
Run with it.
Yeah, it's put award-winning in big letters out front.
If I remember correctly,
New Times.
New Times, they do, it's like all feedback from actual readers and stuff. So it's actually, you're a People's Choice Award winner.
That's it.
You are a
That's
People's
the
Choice
banner
Award winning
right out
tacos.
front. We'll help you guys.
Well done.
All right, for our next adventure here is Xtreme Action Park. We are about to get on the super fast go-karts
You're
they
about
have
to go
here.
super extreme.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. In a way that I've been kind of dreaming about.
Oh, you
Listen,
have.
I've done go-karts before and I love go-karts. But this is extreme go-karts.
Yeah, this takes it to a whole new level. How long is this track?
It's 50,000 square feet of indoor track, and you and I are going to be treated to their brand new fleet of pro go-karts, which go faster because they're lighter, and so we are going to be going
They're going pretty fast out here. I was watching this.
fast. Oh my god! So it's an indoor go-kart,
Which is very
race,
nice
which is
today when
nice.
it's at 1,000
I mean,
degrees
it's
out.
a good. We're like on the top of the sun right now
Yeah.
in July in South Florida. So it's nice that we're not going to get sunburned going on go-karting. But what is on our head? We have to mention.
Oh
this
yeah, we
thing.
are wearing
What is on our
wearing
head?
head socks, which go
socks.
underneath the helmets,
Oh
which
my
are full
gosh.
battle helmets here.
Yeah.
So
almost looks like a do-rag.
it
Anyone
does.
knows what a
It does.
do-rag is like a
It does,
do-rag
it does.
on your head.
You're gonna have to check out our pictures too on the
Yeah,
on the
we have one
website.
up there.
Yeah, findingfloridapodcast.com. You have to check out the pictures for this whole day.
But here's where I go and kick your
You
butt.
do.
'cause
You are a much faster,
I am
crazier
used
driver
to
than me.
South Florida 95 driving. You're used to
On the
Ocala
country, I go
driving.
nice and slow.
One of us has the upper hand. I think we've already figured it out. Let's go.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. Woo! just finished our go-kart round here at Xtreme Action Park. And who won, Glenn? Who won?
You beat me by a quarter of a second.
It doesn't matter. A win is a win. No. Let's be honest here. I lapped you pretty darn quick there,
lap
didn't
me,
I?
and then I got behind this girl that was so slow I couldn't get around her.
This is the same girl I lapped twice. So I don't want to hear it, Glenn. It was so much fun. This racetrack is,
Those go-karts go fast. On this straightaway, you're probably doing 35.
There were times I was like, oh my God, I'm about to flip this thing. You can't flip them. But I was like, oh my God.
I was amazed at how fast we were going and how they stuck to the road. They stuck to the road.
They really did. And I think I accidentally broke the rule and stood up at the end of the race before everybody else did. My bad. But it was a lot of fun.
Fun.
My gosh, what a good time.
Those were the fastest go-karts I've ever been in.
And to the girl that so I say I lapped her. I really kind of accidentally pushed her out of my way. So to her,
you were
I do
paying bumper
apologize.
cars. Did you get the red flag?
Well, it wasn't until we got up afterwards that I realized she's like 12 years old. So I really felt really bad. But you know what? If you get in my way, you got to watch out.
Over.
It was a good time.
It was
fun.
fun.
If you come to Xtreme Action Park,
I want to do it again.
Have to go and try the go-karts. A blast.
All right, this one's 1 point for Jemmy, which was a given because she drives like an idiot on the regular roads.
It comes in handy, clearly.
Day 1 results are in. After beating Glenn with a best lap time a mere half-second less in go-karts, Jemmy, the gamer, leaves Day 1 and Xtreme Action Park with a lead. Now it's 2-4. Can Glenn catch up in the next episode? Tune in to see in this epic head-to-head battle of Geek versus Gamer.
Well, we are at the end of... We have been here for almost 6 hours.
We want to stay so much
I know,
longer.
we do.
Oh my gosh, there's so much more we can
Today, I'm worn out. Playing games
Action
all day
Park.
is tiring.
You live up to every single part of that name. It's extreme. There's a lot of action. And it's as big as a park. Oh my gosh, there is so much to do here.
And we just got done with milkshakes made with Cherish's ice cream, which is dear to my heart because I grew up there.
You grew up in Cooke, yes. And then we played air hockey. We've done bazooka blast. We've done, skee-ball.
We drove the go-karts at 100,000 miles an hour around that track.
Which, you had me screaming again.
We heard a few other people screaming here today, too. A few thousand of the kids that were here. Well, this was an amazing place. You could definitely bring your kids or just friends here and have a blast.
That's the thing.
We didn't do everything either.
I love finding places that's literally good for everybody. I mean, my gosh, from your littlest kid through your most adventurous.
I'm 50-something and had a good time.
I know, you old. But yeah, this place is so much fun. I really could spend all day, all weekend, all month here. Oh my gosh, they have done it right. I mean, this place is fantastic. If you have a birthday party, do it here. If you have an
corporate event,
do it here.
Yeah.
If you want to do some team building, do it here. They have and not only that, one thing that was remarkable that really stood out to both of us was how friendly the entire staff was.
All the employees were great.
Not only are they doing it right with their games and all that stuff, they're doing it right with their hiring. It was a great time all around, from the burgers to the rides. It was so good.
XtremeActionPark.com with an X at the beginning, not an E.
Yeah, drop the E. The E is extra.
Add an X.
And so we are about to go do the XD game again because we had so much
It's the one we started
time.
with today. We had such a good time. We're going to do it again. We're going to pay for it.
Do it
Go
again.
do it again. It was so much fun. Thank you for listening to 10B. 10C will be with you in a week or so, and that's the rest of our gaming adventure when you'll get the total of who beat who.
Yeah, it's the head-to-head. It's the final. You'll be able to hear
Geek
the
versus gamer.
You're going to have to hear the final score. Guys, it's a big deal.
We have a lot more coming in the next episode, too. We are going to a pinball museum.
We're going to an arcade bar,
which apparently is becoming a big thing. Arcade bars.
So we're very excited.
Yes.
So let's go.
Is there a drinking game involved there?
Yes, there has to. Oh, good idea. Put that on the list. and some trivia.
We are doing our first escape room together.
That's right. Oh my gosh.
So we got a lot more to go on the next episode here of Geek versus Gamer in what county?
Palm Beach to Dade County. We're Finding Florida. So be sure you look at all of our social media for our pictures, our YouTube channel for any videos.
Lots of pictures of today.
So much stuff. Connect with us on social media. You can find us at @FindFL Podcast. And the podcast is actually available on Glenn's app, the HRN app.
Horse Radio Network.
Uh-huh. Yep. And so you can find our audio, our pictures, everything online. Go to findingfloridapodcast.com for all the links.
Be sure to catch out all the pictures. And now, here's to your next adventure.